Right. Paul Tierney needs to be fucking investigated right now. Right? That game was fucking disgraceful. And I don't care if you're going to call me biased or if you're going to say, oh, stop crying. I don't care what you say. I am speaking the truth here, right? There is no consistency with these referees, right? First of all, I'm going to talk about the penalty. The penalty in the first half. I don't know how that wasn't given. That's as stonewall as you're going to get. He literally fucking shoves him over. It's not strength. It's not accidental trip. He's shoved him over. That's not only a penalty, but that should have been a second yellow card for Emerson Royale. Got looked at, nothing given. Wow, okay. Then there was the challenge by Harry Kane. How the fuck is that not a red card? He's not. It's above his ankle and he's not got the ball. That's a red. But because he's fucking English and he's the England captain, he's going to get away with it, isn't he? I don't think there's much difference in that to the one that Pogba got sent off against us. But because he's not English, he gets away with it. He doesn't get away with it because he's not English. I'm sorry, but the English media bias, the English bias is stupid. And then, not only that, but then he had the audacity to send off Robertson for something nowhere near as bad. I don't know. I'm not going to say whether it was a red card or not. If it's a red card, fair enough. But why wasn't Kane's? Why was Harry Kane not sent off? There's no consistency with his referees. I don't get it. I have officially decided that Paul Tierney is the worst referee in the league. The worst referee in the league, because that was a fucking shocker. And Chris Kavanagh on VAR as well. He's fucked us over so many times before, and he's done it again today. Absolute disgrace. Absolute disgrace. And when Harry Kane did that challenge, didn't even look at the monitor. Just said, nah, it's not red. English bias. It's unbelievably stupid. Unbelievably stupid. And then, something that wasn't controlled by the referees is Tottenham's second goal. What the fuck is Alisson doing? What is he doing? He's trying to play like a sweeper keeper and he comes out and just completely misses the ball. Open goal for Son. What is he doing? What is that? Why has he done that? Mo Salah, shite today. Nowhere to be seen. Absolute garbage, Salah today. Mane, probably the only one in the front three actually creating chances regularly. Jota, besides his goal, didn't see him. Nowhere to be seen. Firmino comes on, doesn't make a difference. Oh, fuck it. That was a mixture of us not taking our chances when we got them, shit refereeing, and an extremely weak midfield. I still don't understand why Tyler Morton started in this game. I don't understand it. Why did he start in this game? And he knew Tottenham play counter-attacking football. He's not experienced enough to deal with that. You start with Milner in that holding role, Keita and Oxlade-Chamberlain, or play Morton as a midfielder that goes forward. But no, he was playing him in that pivot role, that CDM role. And he got caught out so many times. It's the same old story, and you can say our squad got hit with COVID and that, but we're an experienced enough squad. We've got good options, but we fall apart when one or two players are missing. I don't think not having Van Dijk was the problem today. I thought Matip and Konate were fairly good today, especially Konate. Matip put on his fucking adventures. I don't know where he was going, but he ended up on the edge of the penalty area. He probably should have shot himself. It was nice to see Robbo get a goal as well. Of course, it had to be set up by Trent, but that's the only positive you can take from this game. That right there is the only positive you can take from this game. And I'm not going to sit here and say Tottenham Varspur, because whilst the referee was on their side, when we did get a chance, we didn't take it. And honestly, with the chances they had, they could have been 6, 7, 8 up by the end of the game. If it wasn't for a few good saves from Alisson and some good defending by our centre-backs and Trent Alexander-Arnold. Let me just say, by the way, that anyone who still to this day says that Trent Alexander-Arnold can't defend, don't watch football. Just don't watch football. Your opinion is not valid if you think Trent Alexander-Arnold can't defend. Don't want you to watch football. That team lacked leadership today. It lacked midfield stability. One game without Jordan Henderson and we drop points. I thought Naby Keita looked really good today. I thought he was brilliant, Naby Keita. Milner wasn't too bad. Mawson was average. Can't really expect too much from him though. He's only 19. But this was too much for him. Jurgen Klopp got it all wrong today. And then in added time, we need a goal. He brings on Joe Gomez for one of our strikers. Why are you going defensive at 2-2? I know you're down to 10 men, but doesn't mean you have to go. Doesn't mean you have to go fully defensive. You wouldn't, if that was in the last game of the season, right? And you're down to 10 men and you need a goal to win the title. You wouldn't bring on fucking Joel Matip for Mo Salah, would you? It's no different here. The only difference is this wasn't a title-winning game. And then there was a chance at the end where Tsimikas probably should have took it himself. Tries to pick out Salah and it's a shit ball. So we're now going to be without Robertson until the new year, for the next 3 league games. Because that won't get overturned. And Harry Kane gets away scot-free. Because he's English. And you can say, oh, you're just saying that. But no, everyone knows. He'll get away with a lot more because of his reputation, because he's the England captain. By the way, how is the England captain? He can barely speak fucking English. How is he the England captain? But it just had to be us, didn't it? To let him score. Just had to be us to concede to him. Just had to be. VAR aside, we've got ourselves to blame. Because we had so many chances in that game. The early chances, Robertson's free header. Alexander-Arnold as well, not long after that. I mean, we came out and we looked like we were going to batter him. And then the weakness in the midfield started to show and Tottenham just took the piss out of it, basically. They should have been 2-0 up, actually. Big chance for Son and a big chance for Ali. But it's inconsistency with the officials at this point. I don't understand how Chris Kavanagh is still allowed to referee our games, because that's not the first time he's fucked us over and it won't be the last. Why is he still allowed to do VAR? They stopped David Coote from refereeing our games for that reason. Do the same with Kavanagh, for God's sake. And of course Harry Kane comes out and says that his tackle shouldn't have been a red. Obviously he's not going to come out and say, oh yeah, well I should have been sent off. Why even ask him that? Obviously he's going to say no. No player right there is going to say after not being sent off, well honestly I think I should have been sent off. They're not going to say that, are they? It's such a stupid question to ask. But the reality is he should have been sent off. Horrible tackle. Nowhere near the ball, above the ankle. But he gets away with it because he's the England captain. It's ridiculous. Absolutely no consistency whatsoever. It's bullshit. It's absolutely bullshit. Right. I'm going to do player ratings. Alisson, 6. Because besides the fact they made a good save, he was ultimately the reason we didn't win that game. That error for Tottenham's second goal was horrible. Robertson, I'll give him a 6 just because he got sent off. But I thought he was our best player. And he was wrongfully sent off. No, I'm going to give him an 8. I'm going to give him an 8 just to stand with him. He shouldn't have been sent off. Should not have been sent off. Not a chance. Not a chance should he have been sent off. So, I'll give him an 8. Konate, 7.5. Matip, 6.5. Trent, 7. And then we get into the midfield. Morton, I'm going to give him a 5.5. I thought he was very average. No, I'll give him a 6. I'll give Morton a 6. I just thought he was getting out, jumped a lot. He gave the ball away a few too many times. He wasn't getting back quick enough. But when he did complete a pass, it was brilliant. Milner, 6.5. I thought he was probably our best midfield. No, Keita was our best midfielder. I'm going to give Keita a 7. Salah, 5.5. It's just... That's his worst game this season. That is Mo Salah's worst game this season. He was nowhere to be seen. Jota, 6.5. Besides the goal, didn't really do much. Mane, 6.5. He was at least trying to create chances. Okay. Right, Firmino didn't really make a difference, so what's 6? Didn't really make a difference. Joe Gomez, NA, didn't play enough. And then who else did we bring on? Simicast, 6.5. Jurgen Klopp made all the wrong changes, almost got himself sent off by not keeping his mouth shut about the penalty. Yes, it should have been a penalty, but you've got to keep your mouth shut. Especially when you've got an inconsistent cunt in the middle like Paul Tierney. So I'll say again, he needs investigating because he is a fucking disgrace to this league. But on top of that, we had so many chances, as did Spurs. Neither side really took any of them. Statistically, we were better on the pitch. They were playing better football. The only reason they had less possession is because they were counter-attacking. Once again, we tried to control the ball in the middle of the park, but because of the weak midfield that we had, didn't work. One game without Jordan Henderson, and we suddenly don't look like title contenders. We look like a side that's... We look like last year again when we were fighting just to get in the top 4. That was one of the worst performances I've seen from us this season. And it wasn't helped by the most inconsistent bastard in the league in the middle. It just doesn't... I don't understand how Keynes wasn't even... Like, they didn't even send him to the monitor to check it. And couldn't have got to the monitor quick enough when it was Robertson. Right, as soon as he went to the monitor, I was like, look, he's going to fucking send him off. He's actually going to send him off. Like I said, I don't think he should have been sent off. Yes, he swipes at him. But... It wasn't a 2-footed challenge. Keynes was above the ankle. Robertson's wasn't. Yellow was the right decision. And the cunt in the middle changed his mind. And then didn't even check Harry Kane's. Had a brief look at it on VAR, didn't even do anything about it. At least send it to the monitor. That's what it's there for, so the referee can have his own look. Oh. A plethora of poor decisions, going both ways. I thought the challenge by Matip on Son was pretty... Oh, was it Son? Or was it Was it Winks? I can't remember what else, but the challenge by Matip in the penalty area was pretty clumsy. They looked at that for longer than they looked at the Kane red card. Says it all, doesn't it? I've got nothing else to say about that. I've got nothing else to say now because it's just... It seems as though the only way we can be stopped at the minute is by fucking awful refereeing. A mixture of that and defensive incompetence. Just so happens that today it was all on our fucking goalkeeper. That mistake by Alisson for their second goal was horrendous. He comes out trying to sweep the ball and it goes through his legs. Open goal for Son. Things need to improve against Leeds. Another chance for Simicast to show what he can do. But I don't know. At least we've got a fair ref for that game, Michael Oliver. But serious questions really need to be asked now about Paul Tierney. Serious questions. Because that was unbelievably biased. The inconsistency is killing me. I'm not even going to say anything else.